I returned early from my business trip, eager to celebrate my boyfriend's birthday. But then I saw a post from his old flame on social media. She was wearing the custom-made watch I had ordered, and the background was unmistakably my living room. I sneered, took a screenshot, and immediately called the property manager. "There's been a break-in at my place. My $100,000 watch has been stolen." Chapter 1. Sitting in my car, I saw a new post from Mia on my phone. "Love the color of my new nails." The picture showed a delicate, fair hand with red nail polish. On her wrist was a uniquely designed watch. I recognized it instantly as my custom-made watch, and the background was my living room. After calling the property management, I composed myself and decided to go upstairs. This business trip was supposed to end the day after tomorrow. But today was my boyfriend William's birthday. So I had come back early to surprise him. I entered the apartment with my luggage and gifts, only to find a mess, clothes and shoes scattered everywhere. On the dining table were half-eaten dishes, and a fallen wine glass had spilled dark red wine, staining the carpet. I placed my suitcase by the door and sat on the sofa in the living room. My phone rang. It was William's friend Rick. "Hey, are you back in town? We're celebrating William's birthday at the Grand Club. He has guessed you'd come back for him and specially prepared a gift for you. The room number is C501. Come on, we're waiting for you." I chuckled. "Oh, really? Thanks. Have fun." I hung up, opened the door, and shouted with all my might. "Thief! There's a thief in my house." My sudden outburst alarmed the neighbors. Concerned neighbors gathered at my door. An elderly lady asked loudly, "Where's the thief?" Feigning anxiety, I pointed to the bedroom. "The thief is in there. I'm too scared to do anything." The elderly lady reassured me. "Don't worry. There are many of us. We'll certainly catch the thief. How dare they come here and cause trouble?" At that moment, the property manager and security also arrived. A security guard stood at the bedroom door and shouted, "Come out now, or we'll break down the door." After quite a while, the bedroom door creaked open. William emerged. "It's a misunderstanding, just a misunderstanding." Following him was Mia, head bowed. Late at night, the two of them were disheveled, and the bedroom was in disarray. It was clear to everyone what had happened. The scene of catching a thief turned into catching a cheater. The security guard looked embarrassed. "Mr. Young, what's going on here?" The elderly lady and other neighbors started taking pictures with their phones. "We thought it was a thief, but it turns out it's a mistress. He looks so decent, but he's just as dirty as the rest. Men are all the same. Why does that mistress hide behind? She even dares to do such a shameful thing. Let us see what a vixen looks like. Don't take pictures." Mia quickly covered her face, mortified. William stepped in front of her and said to me, "Anna, make them leave." I pinched my thigh hard to force out a few tears, then slapped William hard across his face. "You, as the heir of the Young group, always sweet-talking me about loyalty, but behind my back, you bring a mistress home while I'm away. I must have been blind to be with someone so heartless." William's face turned red with anger. "How dare you hit me?" A young girl holding her phone cheered. "Good job! Expose these scumbags online and let everyone see their disgusting faces." Seeing the crowd's anger, William quickly shielded Mia and left. Chapter 2. I stopped Mia. "Wait, give me back my watch." Mia looked innocent. "William has given it to me." William hurriedly explained. "Yes. I saw you never wore it after buying it, so I thought you don't like it. Mia happened to like the design, so I gave it to her." I wiped away my tears. "I bought it. Even if I don't wear it, it's still mine. You had no right to give it away. Taking without asking is stealing." The elderly lady behind me got agitated. What kind of person is she, being a mistress at such a young age and even stealing things? Shameless. The neighbors nodded in agreement. Mia couldn't stay calm any longer. She rummaged through her bag, threw the watch at my feet, and fled the scene embarrassedly. William quickly chased after her. The neighbors kindly comforted me before leaving. I looked at the chaotic apartment, picked up my suitcase, and left for Serenity Bay. I had bought a small apartment there. Though not large, it was my best refuge. After washing up, I lay down but couldn't sleep. In the quiet of the night, the grievances welled up in my heart. William was once the heir of the young group. But after a car accident, William lost his sight, and his first love, Mia, left him. Reduced to a nobody, William became an outcast. I, a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, used ancestral secret remedies and acupuncture to restore William's sight. William saw this as a blessed second chance and worked hard to rebuild his life. He started a pharmaceutical company, and within 5 years, he made a name for himself in the industry. And I, with my ancestral secret remedies, became a core researcher in the company. We should have had a happy ending, but when William reunited with Mia, our paths began to diverge. At first, William said he wanted to take revenge on Mia, keeping her as an assistant to make her witness his success and regret her past choices. But gradually, he came home later and later, sometimes not at all. I found blonde hairs on his coat, while my hair was black. I always had irregular meals due to work, and finally developed into stomach problems. One night, my stomach hurt badly, and I asked William to get me some medicine. After waiting for a long time, he didn't return. When I called, I found out he was fixing Mia's water pipes. "Anna, I'm really sorry. My place was flooding, and William saw I was alone and helpless, so he came to help. You're so kind, you won't mind, right?" Mia's casual words sounded like firecrackers exploding in my head. Later, I had no way but to call my brother, Ryan, who brought me medicine to ease the pain. "William has gone too far. You're in so much pain, and he still goes to help someone else." Ryan was indignant on my behalf. It turns out at that time, William had already made his choice between me and Mia. I just didn't want to believe it. I have given William many chances, but he didn't care. So, I decided to break the fiction myself. Chapter 3. The next day, videos of William and Mia from the previous night spread across the internet. William's reputation plummeted, and the young group's stock also fell. I heard that Mr. Young Seoster scolded William harshly. People at the company were gossiping about the incident. I acted as if nothing had happened and went to work as usual, but soon William called me to his office. William slammed his desk. "This has blown up, and you're mainly responsible. To minimize the damage, you need to issue a statement online, clarifying that it was a misunderstanding." I looked up at him. "What misunderstanding? That Mia didn't knowingly become the other woman, or that 2 half-naked people in a room did nothing?" William pointed at me. "I see now, you did this on purpose to ruin my reputation." I sneered. "Did I make you cheat? Did I make you bring her home? A hypocrite like you deserves no reputation." Seeing I was unmoved, William softened his tone. "Yes, I wronged you. But this company is my hard-earned legacy. I've put so much effort into it. Can you bear to see it destroyed? Mr. Young, you're joking. I've worked diligently for this company for years. Why would I want to destroy it? If you want to salvage your reputation, it's simple. Have Mia issue a statement saying she seduced you, then fire her. This." William hesitated. "Anna, you're so cruel. You want to put all the blame on me? No way." Mia burst in, clutching William's arm and placing a hand on her stomach. "William, if you don't care about me, at least care about the little one." William looked conflicted. "Mia, you're pregnant?" I couldn't stand it anymore. I handed in my resignation letter. "I've given you a solution. Whether you take it is up to you. I'm resigning, and what happens next is none of my concern." William was shocked. "You're resigning? Anna, don't be impulsive." Mia clung to William. "William, if she wants to leave, let her. You said you were tired of her, didn't you? You told me you love me the most." William looked a bit guilty. "Anna, I'm sorry." I looked at him steadily. "We're breaking up. Remember, I'm the one leaving you. No matter what happens in the future, don't come looking for me." William frowned but said nothing. I left the office to handle my resignation. My colleague, Jane, pulled me aside. You secured a big project during this trip. If you resign, you'll be handing over the fruits of your labor. I packed my things. Staying means working for two scumbags. I won't do it. Besides, those fruits might not be as sweet as they seem. Jane looked thoughtful. After completing the resignation process, I chose a seaside destination for a vacation. I blocked William's number and social media. Those who abandon me are not worth my time. I enjoyed my trip for over half a month. One night, Rick called me. Anna, William is drunk. Can you come pick him up? I admired my new potted plant. Don't call me that. Mia is your new Anna. Rick stammered. Anna, William, he wants to see you. I poured myself a glass of water. So what? Just because he wants to see me, I have to go? Who does he think he is? Rick got anxious. To be honest, William's been having severe headaches and insomnia. He hasn't slept for days. The hospital couldn't help. I replied calmly. If one hospital can't help, try another. Why come to me? Rick pleaded. William said only you can cure him. Please, don't hold a grudge. He insists you come. I coldly replied. I can't help. Tell him to try more hospitals and hope for the best. Then I hung up. Chapter 4. William was indeed in a panic. After the car accident, he had similar severe headaches for a while. No cause was found, and later, his eyes went blind. No one knew better than him how hard those days were. Even after regaining his sight, he would wake up in a cold sweat from nightmares about those days. That period was an unshakable nightmare in William's life. Now, with the familiar pain returning, William was like a frightened bird, afraid to close his eyes, fearing he would wake up to darkness again. 3 years ago, it was Anna who pulled him out of the darkness. Only Anna could help him keep his sight. For days, William had been frantically searching for Anna, but she had blocked his calls and messages. Unable to find her, William became irritable. It's all because of you. Anna won't see me now. Mia felt wronged. There are other doctors besides her. We can try more hospitals, even abroad. I refuse to believe we can't find a doctor to cure you. William slammed the table. You don't understand. The young family found many doctors back then, but none could help. Only she could. William called Rick again. No matter what it takes, find her. Rick's call reminded me of the past. 3 years ago, when treating William, I wasn't confident. I used a prescription my grandfather left me before he passed away. Grandfather told me the medicine was potent and had side effects. After taking it, careful treatment and recuperation were necessary. Over the years, William's heavy workload, social engagements, smoking, late nights, and drinking had severely damaged his health. If not for my regular acupuncture and medicinal meals, his eye condition would have relapsed long ago. I had been working tirelessly to develop an improved version of the medicine. Just as I was about to succeed, William's infidelity extinguished my passion. I stopped working on the medicine. Ding, I received a message from my brother, Ryan. Ryan told me that the project I had secured during my business trip was handed over to Mia after I left. Although Mia was despised for being a mistress, people turned a blind eye because completing the project would bring bonuses. Mia thought she could rise in the company with this project, but she didn't realize the other company wanted my core pharmaceutical technology. I had agreed to share the core technology to secure the deal. When I left the company, I took the core technology with me. Without leverage, the project fell through. William's company suffered a significant loss from the initial investment in the project. With no bonuses in sight, employees were furious with Mia and isolated her. Mia lived in fear at the company every day. Meanwhile, William, tormented by headaches and the project's failure, wore a perpetual scowl. William deserves this karma. Ryan gloated. Sis, you should stay away longer and let William suffer. My brother and I have always been close. He never liked William and always found fault with him. I thought it was because I neglected him after getting a boyfriend, but it turned out I was wrong. I chuckled. As long as you're doing well, I don't care about others. I'll come back later and bring you a gift. Ryan was even happier. Thanks, sis. I'm grateful to have such a supportive family, making me feel I can overcome any hardship. But I never expected this to be my last conversation with my brother, Ryan. Chapter 5. The hospital called, saying Ryan was critically ill. I thought it was a scam. Just a few days ago, we had talked, and Ryan was full of life. How could he suddenly be critically ill? But when I couldn't reach Ryan through any means, I panicked. I hurriedly bought a plane ticket and rushed back. Seeing Ryan lying on the hospital bed, barely alive, I couldn't process it. The nurse told me that Ryan had accidentally encountered Mia at the hospital for a prenatal checkup. Mia felt like a pariah at the company, blaming me for leaving her with a hot potato project. Unable to find me, she vented her anger on Ryan. She verbally abused and physically attacked him. Since she was pregnant, Ryan couldn't fight back and could only dodge. But Ryan missed a step, fell down the stairs, hit his head, and became comatose. I stood by his bed, looking at his pale face, heartbroken. Ryan and I were raised by our grandmother. Our parents left for work shortly after Ryan was born and never returned. Raising 2 children was expensive, and sometimes our grandmother borrowed money she couldn't repay, leading to debt collectors coming to our home. Once, when our grandmother wasn't home, debt collectors came to take our belongings. I tried to stop them, and one of them picked up a chair to hit me. Little Ryan shielded me, getting a gash on his forehead, bleeding profusely. I held his wound, not knowing what to do, and Ryan grabbed my hand, saying, "I protected you, sis. Does that make me a man?" And now, in his prime, he lay motionless on a hospital bed. Mia was also traumatized by the incident and lost her baby. When I saw William and Mia again, William looked surprised to see me. "You're back." Mia, pale and thin, was both shocked and angry to see me. "Your brother killed my baby. Don't think becoming comatose absolves him. He deserves to die." I grabbed her hair. "If you had behaved, none of this would have happened. My brother wouldn't be in this state. You're a menace to everyone." Mia screamed. "He's just comatose, but my baby is gone, a life lost." William tried to intervene. "Mia lost her baby and is very emotional. Don't provoke her. Ryan's situation was an accident." "Accident?" I pushed William away. Mia provoked and attacked Ryan, causing him to fall. The hospital's surveillance recorded everything. Do you need to see it again? William avoided my gaze. "But Mia lost her baby too. Let's call it even." I hadn't responded when Mia couldn't take it anymore. "No, it can't be even. A life for a life. Ryan can't live either." I sneered. "You assaulted Ryan, causing severe injury. That's aggravated assault. I've already called the police. Get ready for prison." Mia froze. "No, it was an accident. It can't be my fault." She clung to William's arm. "William, do something. Save me. I'm too young to go to prison." I couldn't stand to look at them anymore. As I turned to leave, William called out, "Anna, if you want to send Mia to prison, I won't stop you. But once you're calm, come back to me." What nonsense was he spouting? Did he think I was someone he could summon at will? I looked at him coldly, trembling with anger. Chapter 6. Mia was also in disbelief. "William! What do you mean? She took the core technology, causing the project to fail and the company to lose so much money. Her brother even caused our baby's death. And you want to reconcile with her? Do you have a heart?" Mia hit William in frustration. William pushed her away in disgust. "Enough. You used to be so understanding. Now you're acting like a shrew." Mia collapsed to the ground, tears streaming down her face. William sighed. "I was wrong before. Anna, let's start over." Seeing him extend his hand, I smiled slightly. William, thinking I had softened, smiled too. I suddenly asked, "Have you been taking painkillers and sleeping pills lately?" He frowned. How do you know? I crossed my arms. The medication is becoming less effective, isn't it? So you're panicking? You want to reconcile with me just to get treatment. William pursed his lips, clearly caught. I smirked. Keep dreaming. Then I pointed at Mia. As for you, prepare for legal consequences. Mia was sentenced to over 10 years in prison for aggravated assault. After receiving the news, I visited Ryan in the hospital. I sat by his bed, recounting everything. The person who hurt Ryan had been punished, and William lived in fear of his old illness returning. I knew he wouldn't sit idly by, but I didn't expect him to have me kidnapped. One day, as usual, I was returning home from the hospital when I was grabbed in the parking garage, my mouth covered, and shoved into a car. They took me to an unknown location. William sat on a leather sofa, looking exhausted. I was furious. Chapter 7. In this day and age, who still resorts to such tactics? William, what is this? Are you seeking revenge for your precious Mia? William looked at me and shook his head. Mia is already in prison. You should be satisfied. Stop causing trouble. Let me go immediately, or I'll report you for illegal detention. William chuckled. You can't report anything if you can't leave. Don't worry, I won't mistreat you. After all, you're a valuable contributor to the company. He pulled out a small metallic object from his pocket. It was my USB drive containing the core technology. I was livid. You broke into my home? I can't believe you're so despicable to steal my things. William tapped the armrest of his chair with his finger. I didn't want to resort to this, but you left me no choice. Anna, did John approach you? I was surprised he knew about John so quickly. John had been William's rival since their school days. Despite coming from a poor background, John was handsome, smart, and the school's model student. John and Mia were childhood friends, and everyone thought they would end up together. But the allure of wealth and romance led Mia to choose William over John. William, young and proud, flaunted his victory in love, parading Mia around in grand gestures. Roses, champagne, luxury watches, and cars. William and Mia became the new golden couple, while John faded into the background. After William's accident and subsequent blindness, Mia left him, and people pitied their misfortune. Meanwhile, John quietly built his empire. After graduation, John started his own company. With determination and talent, he carved out his own success. People began to notice John again, and he received the applause and recognition he deserved. Perhaps driven by this, William, after regaining his sight, started a similar company, and the two became business rivals. With the young family's backing, William's company grew rapidly, but John was no pushover. Their competition intensified. When I was still with William's company, John had approached me several times with job offers. John's offers were much more lucrative than what William provided, but as William's girlfriend, I declined. John had simply nodded and smiled. I admire your work, Anna, but your choice in men is questionable. Regardless, my company's doors are always open to you. If you ever change your mind, feel free to reach out. After leaving William's company, John approached me again. I used my desire to travel as an excuse to decline his offer once more. I just want to travel and clear my mind. Escaping reality won't help you move on. Channeling your energy into your career and creating your own success is the best way to move forward. Don't you agree, Anna? Is this your way of getting back at William? Because he took Mia from you? I admit, defeating William is a matter of pride for me, but it's not because of Mia. Mia chose wealth over love, and William is vain and selfish. They're a perfect match. I'm interested in your talent and work ethic. You joining my team would be a great asset, and defeating William would be inevitable. After careful consideration, I accepted John's offer to join his company. Chapter 8. I didn't expect William to act so quickly. Enraged by my decision to join John's company, William resorted to kidnapping me and stealing my USB drive. William held up the USB drive. You always store everything together. The formula for my treatment must be in here, right? I should have done this sooner to prevent you from betraying me. I couldn't help but laugh. You lie so easily. Betrayal? Who betrayed whom first? Did you think of this day when you were sneaking around with Mia? You hold grudges so tightly. Mia is in prison, yet you can't let it go. Fine, stay here and cool off. Watch how I use your formula to succeed. You'll thank me later. You thief, give it back. John's company is about to launch a new product based on your formula, right? I'll release my product first, making his a mere imitation. This will ruin his company's reputation and stock value. Without the Young family's support, he won't last long. Watch how I bring him down. William confined me in a remote house, guarded to prevent my escape. I remained calm, eating and drinking well, counting the days until William would come back. Over the years, I had watched William climb the ladder ruthlessly. He underestimated how well I knew him. When I left the company, I sabotaged the project, causing financial losses. William, with his petty nature, would hold a grudge. I had prepared for this. The USB drive he stole contained an incomplete formula. It would be nearly impossible to create the product without the full formula. Sure enough, a few days later, William stormed in furious. Anna, you wretch, you tricked me. I calmly ate my fruit, taking my time before looking up. Oh, how did I trick you? William threw the USB drive at me. The formula is incomplete. Where's the rest? Give it to me. William had dark circles under his eyes, clearly suffering from insomnia and ineffective medication. I burned it. Burned it? Impossible. It's your family's secret formula. You wouldn't destroy it. The formula is too potent with significant side effects. It's not a good remedy. Haven't you experienced it yourself? But John's company is launching a product based on it. Of course not. John knew about the spy you planted in his company. He fed you false information. Everything you saw was fake. You two conspired to trap me. William was shocked, stepping back in disbelief, his anger rising. Without the formula, his lifeline was gone. That night, his eye condition relapsed. Chapter 9. This time, William only lost sight in his left eye, but the headaches persisted. He gathered experts for a consultation, but no one, including me, could predict if his right eye would be saved. In one night, William's hair turned half white. I thought this blow would break him, but he became more desperate. He threatened Ryan's life to force me to treat his eyes. Ryan is already comatose, and you still want to use him as leverage? William, you're beyond redemption. William's eyes were bloodshot, his voice low. I can't go back to that cold, dark life. If I go blind, I'd rather die. Think carefully. If you don't treat me, I'll have Ryan's life support turned off. I know your family is your bottom line. Even if he can't wake up, you won't give up on him. William stared at me like a desperate gambler. Gamblers can't be trusted. Once they find your weakness, they'll exploit it endlessly. And I, born stubborn, hate being threatened. I couldn't fully cure him, but I could use acupuncture to temporarily restore his left eye's vision. Once the effect wore off, both eyes would go blind. We agreed that I would treat him and he would let me go afterward. He agreed readily, thinking he had the Young family to back him up for a comeback. I treated him and his left eye regained sight. William marveled at my skill, unaware it was a temporary fix at the cost of his right eye. I asked him to prepare a car for me to drive back to the city. William stood at the door, leaning against the frame. If you join John, you'll become a formidable opponent. Letting you go seems unwise. His assistant parked the car and walked away. I walked to the car door and looked back at him. Let's hope we never meet again. William chuckled, then laughed louder. Anna, do you really think I'd let you go and join John to fight against me? When did you become so naive? Grab her! The assistant grabbed my shoulder. I frowned. You're going back on your word? William spread his hands. What can you do if I do? I looked at him calmly, even smiling slightly. I counted in my head, 3, 2, 1. William's expression changed, realizing something was wrong. He rushed towards me, shouting, "Don't let her go." But he only took one step before collapsing, clutching his eyes. No, my eyes, I can't see. At that moment, his face was filled with despair. The assistant, shocked, loosened his grip, and I pushed him away. I got into the car, stepped on the gas, and sped away, leaving William's anguished cries behind. Chapter 10. After returning to the city, I immediately reported William's illegal detention to the police. William was arrested, and I heard he was emotionally unstable, even self-harming. John gave me a few days off, concerned. William is still a young. Aren't you worried the Young family will retaliate? I looked up at the sky. The Young family? Of course, I'm worried. But what if he isn't a Young? John's concern was valid. The Young family was powerful, and although William wasn't their only heir, he was still a Young. Such families value their reputation highly. When William lost his sight before, the Young family ignored him. But being harmed by an outsider was different, it was a matter of pride. Soon, Mr. Young Seoster invited me for tea, and Mrs. Young even threatened my life. I silently handed them a document. Years ago, when William regained his sight, I discovered that Mr. Young Seoster and Mrs. Young had blood types B and O, but William was type A. This meant William wasn't their biological son. At the time, I kept this secret because I loved William. Now, there was no need to hide it. A family of their stature having a child switched at birth would be a scandal. William's actions had already tarnished the Young family's reputation. If this news got out, it would be a bigger blow. Mr. Young Seoster decided to let the matter rest and assured me they wouldn't trouble me again. As for William's true identity and how he was switched, that was for the Young family to investigate. It was no longer my concern. My life returned to normal. I commuted between work, the hospital, and home. John's company thrived, expanding its scale, and my bonuses were higher than ever. I visited Ryan daily, talking to him, believing he could hear me. One day, a nurse excitedly told me Ryan's fingers had twitched, a possible sign of awakening. I spoke to him with renewed hope, feeling he could hear me. Life is an irreversible journey. We must face it with courage and determination. Standing by Ryan's hospital window, I looked out at the blinding sunlight and the clear, cloudless sky.